Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi zidni ilma, Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Today we will be solving Mathematics Syllabus D 4024 Paper 22 May-June 2023. Before we start the paper, I wanted to tell you all that all revenue generated will be donated to Palestine inshallah. So please do make sure to like, subscribe and share my channel. So let us start with the first question. The first question says that a shop buys some fruit. The table shows the bill for this fruit. Find the value of each of P, Q, R, and S. So you have bananas, oranges, avocados, pears. Now you need to find the value of P. So now we have oranges. The quantity of oranges is 72. The price per kg is 1.35. So in order to find P, we will do P is equals to 72 multiply by 1.35 because the price per kg is 1.35 and we bought 72 kgs. So now we will do 72 multiply by 1.35, so we get 97.2. So the value of P is, how much is it? $97.2. So you guys can write 97.2. Next we have to find the value of Q. So if you guys look at the question, we have the cost price, the total cost price for bananas, oranges, avocados and pears, and the total price is 240.3, which means that when we add 25.5 plus P, which is now 97.2, plus Q plus 51.3, the total price is 240.3. What you will do, you will add all of these numbers now. So let's take out our calculator. So we will do 25.5 plus 97.2 plus 51.3. We get 174. So Q plus 174 is equals to 240.3. Q is equals to 240.3 minus 174. So we will do 240.3 minus 174, we get 66.3. So the value of Q is $66.3. So that's how we got Q, 66.3. Now we have to find the value of R. So look, what did I tell you guys? Like total price which is cost price is equals to quantity multiplied by price per unit. So for the avocados, the total price is 66.3. How did we find this price? When we multiplied the quantity, which is R, with the price per kg, which is 1.95. So R is equals to 66.3 divided by 1.95. 1.95 will go over there and it will be divided. So 66.3 divided by 1.95, you guys will get 34 as your answer. So the value of R is 34. Lastly, we need to find the value of S. So look, again, same strategy. We will do 51.3, which is the total price of pears, is equals to 45 multiplied by S. Now S is equals to 51.3, which is total price, divided by 45, which is the total amount of pears that we bought. So we will do 51.3 divided by 45. So you guys will get 1.14. So the price is $1.14 per kg. So that's how you guys will get it. So let me write down the answers over here. 97.2. Q is 66.3, R is 34, and S is 1.14. In the next question, it says the shop sells all the fruit for a total of 325. Calculate the percentage profit. So look, what is the cost? 240.3. So in order to find percentage profit, let me zoom it in for you guys. In order to find percentage profit, we will first calculate the amount of profit. So the amount of profit is 325 minus cost. How much is cost? 240.3. So we will subtract 240.3. So now you guys will get, let me solve it, 325 minus 240.3. So the amount of profit is 84.7. Amount of profit is equals to 84.7. But we need to find the percentage of profit. So percentage of profit would be 84.7 divided by the cost price, which is 240.3, and in order to find percentage we always multiply by 100. So this will become 84.7 upon 240.3, multiply this with 100, you will get 35.247. So you guys can write 35.2%. So easy. So you guys get 2 marks. Now in the next question it says, in 2022 the shop's total sales were 34,974. A pie chart is drawn to show the items that make up these total sales. The sales for fruits were 9520.7. Calculate the angle representing this. So guys, first of all, you guys need to understand that total pi, that pi is 360 degrees. Okay, so the sales were how much? 9520.7. This was the sale of the fruit. And how much was the total sale? 34974. In order to find the angle, we will multiply this with 360. So once we do that, we will get the angle representing the sales of the fruit. So 9520.7 upon 34974 multiplied by 360. So it's 98 degrees. 98 degrees. Next question says that the angle representing frozen food is 46. Calculate the sales for frozen food. Now I'm going to tell you a technique for this. Over here write sales. Over here write degrees. Look, total sales were 34,974, which means in degrees it's 360 degrees, because total degrees is 360. Alright, and the angle representing frozen food is 46. So I will write 46 here. Now I need to find the sales of frozen food, which I don't know. In the sales column I'll just write X. Now I'll just cross multiply this. So this becomes 34,974 multiplied by 46 is equals to 360 multiplied by X. So X is equals to 34,974 multiplied by 46 divided by 360. So let's calculate this. 34,974, I hope I'm writing everything correct, multiplied by 46 upon 360. So the sales are 4,468.9. 4,468.9. Now let's move on to the next question, in which is sales. This question is not ending. The shop's total sales are this much in 2022, were a 4.4% increase on the total sales in 2021. Calculate the sales, total sales in 2021. Okay, many students find this difficult. Again, one of the best ways to solve any question is math is through cross multiplication. So right over here, sales, wait a minute. Let's write this as 2021. Let's write this as 2022. Right over here sales, right over here percentage. So we do not know the sales of 2021, so we will just write X. But we know that, let's assume that the sales in 2021 were 100%. Now in 2022 sales increased by 4.4%, which means 100 plus 4.4, which is 104.4. So in 2022 the percentage of sales are 104.4, whereas the dollar value is 34,974. Now what you will do? Cross multiply. So 104.4x is equals to 100 multiplied by 34,974. X is equals to 100 multiplied by 34,974 upon 104.4. Okay, so 100 multiplied by 34,974 upon 104.4. So you get 33,500 as your answer. So the sales in calculate the total value of sales. So the total value of sales in 2021 was 33,500. So that's how you guys can easily gain marks. Now the next question, question 2. It says one chocolate bar cost p cents and one packet of sweet costs 75 cents. Tanish pays, what is it, $9.10 for 5 chocolate bars and 8 packets of sweet. Form an equation and solve it to find the value of p. So guys, the best way to do such question is to make data for yourself. Okay, data will make your life easy. One chocolate bar costs p cents, so write chocolate, or just write chocolate bar, which is CB. We'll just write CB, everything in short. CB is equals to P, and one packet of sweet S cost 75 cents. Okay, this is the data. Now it says Tanish pays $9.10 for 5 chocolate bars and 8 packet of sweets. So in equation it means 5 CB plus 8 sweets is equals to 9.10. The best way to do this question is convert $9.10 into cents. So 9.10, $1 has 100 cents. Multiply this with 100. It will go 2 places forward, so this becomes 910 cents. So 5, and in place of CB, what's the value of CB? It's P. So we will write 5P plus 8. What's the value of S? The value of S is 75. 8 multiplied by 75 is equals to 910, because we got it. 5P plus, now do 8 multiplied by 75. 8 multiplied by 75 is 600. Alright, so 5P plus 600 is equals to 910. 5P is equals to 910, my bad. 910 minus 600. Okay, 5P is equals to 310. So P is equals to 310 divided by 5. Let's take out our calculator. So 310 divided by 5 is 62. So the price of each chocolate bar is 62 cents. Alright. So even though these questions look difficult, if you just make data, life becomes easy. Second question, it says factorize. Factorize means taking out common. So if you look at 6 and 27, the common number is 3. And if you look at it, you have C as common as well. So write C. What remains? 3 2s are 6. So 2 remains 2A minus 27 divided by 3 is 9. So it's this. 3C bracket 2A minus 9. Now we will move on to the next question, which says write 3m square n upon 10 multiplied by 5n upon 9m as a simple fraction in its simplest form. Look, 3 m square means m multiplied by m. There are 2 m's. N upon 10 multiplied by 5 n upon 9m. Now I'll use a red pen. Look, m and m gets cancelled out. 3 1s are 3, 3 3s are 9, 5 1s are 5, 5 2s are 10. So what remains now? Only m and n. Mn upon 2 multiplied by n upon 3. So this becomes m n multiplied by n is n square upon 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. Alright. Moving on to our next question, it says rearrange the formula y is equals to 3x squared upon 5 to make x the subject. Okay. So look guys, y is equals to 3x squared upon 5. 5 will go up there and multiply with 5. So this becomes 5y is equals to 3x squared. 3 will go down there and divide. So x squared is equals to 5y divided by 3. And now you will under root both the sides. Okay. X is equals to, because this way under root gets cancelled out, under root 5y upon 3. And whenever you under root, do not forget plus minus. So plus minus 5y upon 3. Moving on to the next question, it says a group of k numbers has a mean of 56.8. The number 52 is added to the group. The new mean is 56.5. Find the value of k. So guys, the best way to do this question is basically, what's the formula for mean? Mean is sum of data. Over here you guys can write the formula sum of data upon number of data. That's the formula for mean. So it says a group of k numbers has a mean of 56.8. So this means 56.8, which is the mean, is equals to sum of data, sum of k numbers, alright, k members, let's say, upon divided by how many people are in the group? It's a group of k people, so number of data is k. That's the first equation. Second equation says the number 52 is added to the group. The new mean is 56.5. So write 56.5 is equals to sum of k members, alright, but now we added a new number which is 52. So we will do plus 52 divided by k, and because we added a new member, one more member, so that's k plus 1. This is your equation number 2. So now what I will do, I will make this equation in terms of a formula. So k, basically what I will do, sum of members, sum of k members, sum of k members is equals to, k will go up there and multiply with 56.8. So this will become, let me go on this side, 56.8 k. This is how I rearrange the first equation. For the second equation, I'll do it for you guys over here. K plus 1 will go up there and multiply, so 56.5 bracket k plus 1 is equals to sum of k members plus 52. So 56.5 will first multiply with k, it will become 56.5k, plus 56.5 will multiply by 1, it will become 56.5. We will shift 52 over there. So this will become minus 52 is equals to sum of k members. Alright, make sure your algebra game is strong. Now guys, what did I just do over here? Remember, sum of k members was equals to 56.8k, right? So let me write it with red now. So instead of writing sum of k members, what will I write now? What is sum of k members equals to? 56.k. So I will now write 56.8k. And let me zoom in and continue. So 56.5k plus, what is 56.5 minus 52? I know the answer, but of course I cannot trust my brain at all. So why not use the calculator, which is plus 4.5 is equals to 56.8k. So now I will shift 56.5k over there. So 4.5 is equals to 56.8k minus 56.5k. Let's subtract both of them. 56.8 minus 56.5, we get 0.3. So 4.5 is equals to 0.3k. Alright. So k is equals to 4.5 divided by 0.3. K is equals to 4.5 divided by 0.3, which means 15. So for you guys, what I'm doing, I'm going to zoom out. Here you go. You guys can look at all the working. What I did, I made the equation 1, equation 2. From equation 1, I made sum of k members the subject, and then from equation 2, I solved this whole thing. Then I plugged in the respective numbers. Alright. We will now move on to the next question, which is question 3a. So in this question 3a, let me zoom out a bit. It says the diagram shows the equilateral triangle B and part of the regular polygon A, which have a common side. Okay, the interior angle of polygon A is 165. Now the question is asking you to find the value of phi. So first of all, because this is an equilateral triangle, you guys need to understand that all these sides are same. So this is 60, this is 60, and this is also 60 degrees. Now moving on with the question, what did it say? It says that the interior angle of a polygon A is 165, which means this side is 165 degrees. Now the question is saying to find the value of phi, which means 165 plus 60 plus y, all of this is equals to 360 degrees. So y is equals to 360 minus 60 minus 165. So when I do that, 360 minus 60 minus 165, I get 135. So y is 135 degrees. Moving on, the next question says calculate the number of sides of polygon A. Look, number of sides of a polygon, there is a formula. Interior angle of a polygon is equals to n minus 2 multiplied by 180 divided with n. So the interior angle I already know, it's 165. So I will say 165 is equals to n minus 2 multiplied by 180 divided by n. Now n will go up there and multiply with 165. So this means 165n is equals to 180 will multiply by n, it will become 180n minus 180 will multiply by 2, it will become 360. But because we have the negative sign, it's negative 360. Okay. Now the best way to do is send 360 over there. So it becomes positive 360 is equals to 180n, and shift 165 over here, it becomes negative 165n. So 360 is equals to, what's 180 minus 165? It's 15n. N is equals to 360 divided by 15. So 360 divided by 15, that's 24. So the number of sides of the polygon is 24. Let's move on to the next question. Now next question is part B, and it says A, B, C are points on circumference of a circle, center O, angle ABC is x. Show that angle OAC, basically OAC, they are basically asking for this angle, is 90 minus x. Give reasons for your answer. So look guys, to do this question, what you need to understand that this is angle at center. AOC is angle at center. Angle at center is twice angle at corner, and the angle at corner is x. So the first thing that you guys will say is that AOC is equals to 2x. Now what's the reason for 2x? Because angle at center is 2 times or twice is 2 times angle at corner. Secondly, if you look, this is the radius and this is also the radius. It means both these lines are same. So this angle is 2x, this is y, and this is also y, which means 2x plus y is equals to 180 degrees. 2x plus 2y is equals to 180 degrees. We are finding the value of y. Y is equal 2y is equals to 180 minus 2x. Y is equals to 180 divided by 2, negative 2x divided by 2. So y is equals to 90 minus x. Hence, we have shown it. So you will say that triangle OAC is what? Is an isosceles triangle. Therefore, and you can show this working after this in your answer. Alright. So guys, in the next question it says that angle BAO is 54 degrees and angle OCB is 11 degrees. Alright. So basically BAO is 54 and OCB, which is actually this angle OCB, which is actually this angle, is how many degrees? It's basically 11 degrees. Now the question is basically asking you find the value of x. Okay, now do you guys agree that we have already calculated this as 90 minus x and this side is also 90 minus x? So this whole triangle is A, B and C. So look, x, this B is x. What's angle A? It's 54 plus 90. Alright, 54 plus 90 is actually 144 minus x. And this angle, what is this angle? Basically this whole thing was 90 minus x, right? But we need to exclude this 11. We need to remove this 11 from 90 degrees. So we will first do 90 minus 11, which is 79. So this angle ABC, this is actually 79 minus x. So this becomes 144 minus x plus 79 minus x is equals to 180 degrees. X and x gets cancelled out. We will now do 144 plus 79. 144 plus 79 is 223. So 223 minus x is equals to 180 degrees. Minus x is equals to 180 minus 223 because we shifted 223 over there. Minus x is equals to, let me see, it's negative 43. But why depend on my brain? So it's negative 43 because the bigger number is 223. Negative cancelled, x is equals to 43 degrees. So that's how you had to find the value of x. Now we have the next question. Okay, let me erase this. Next question says that complete the table of the values of y is equals to 2 raised to power x upon 5. So look, we have to find the value. So we will do 2 raised to power 4 upon 5. So we get 16 upon 5, which is 3.2. Next part, it tells us to draw the graph. So if you look at this point, each of these one line, small line, is 0.1 degrees, 0.1. Like this point is 0.1, this point is 0.5, 0.6, 0.7. Okay, so the first point is negative 1 comma 0.1, so it's this point. Then we have 0 comma 0.2, so 0 comma 0.2 is this point. Then we have 1 comma 0.4, 1 comma 0.4 is this point. Then we have 2 comma 0.8, 2 comma 0.8 is this point. Then we have 3 comma 1.6, 3 comma 1.6 is this point. And then we have 4 comma 3.2, 4 comma 3.2 is this point, guys. Now you will sketch. Oh, my graphs always I get them wrong. Bismillah. Let me sketch this and continue the video. So I finally sketched the graph. It would be like this. Next question says, draw a suitable line on the grid. Solve 2x raised to power x is equals to 6. So look, what's the equation, guys? Y is equals to 2 raised to power x upon 5. All these questions are related to the equation 2 raised to power x upon 5. 5 will go up there, so 5y is equals to 2 raised to power x. So instead of 2 raised to power x, can I now write 5y? Yeah. So 5y is equals to 6. Y is equals to 6 divided by 5. Y is equals to 1.2. So when y is equals to 1.2, we will make a line like this. So if you look at it, it's 2.5, 2.6, 2. It's between, for my graph, it's 2.65 something. So they have a range of answers, all of them are acceptable. So any answer between 2.5 to 2.7 will be acceptable. Now it says complete the tables for the value. Okay, so look, 4y is equals to 2x plus 1, y is equals to 2x plus 1 upon 4. Now just plug in the values. I call it plug and play. So 2 bracket value of x is minus 1 plus 1 upon 4. So it's negative 0.25. Okay, negative 0.25. Then the second one is 2. It's 1.25. So I just made the graph. Now it says on the grid on page 8. Where's page 8? Draw the graph 4y is equals to 2x plus 1 from minus 1 to 4. So guys, I will go up there and this time I'll use the color red to make the graph. So negative 1 and negative 0.25. Negative 1 and negative 0.25 is basically this point. Negative 1, negative 0.25 is over here. Okay. Then we have 2 and 1.25. So now since we have the values, we are going to plot the graph. So yeah, I plotted the first point for you guys. Second point is 2 comma 1.25. Alright, so 2 comma 1.25 is actually going to be 1.1, 1.2 over here. Alright, and the third point is 4 comma 2.25, which is 4 comma 2.25, 2.1, 2.2, 2.25 is going to be somewhere here. Okay, now we'll use a scale to draw a line. So let me make a line for you guys. I'll make a line like this from here to here. Now look, there are 2 points at which this graph is intersecting. Okay, one of the point is over here. So one of the values is going to be 0 point something, but since I made this graph a bit wrong, I'm going to sketch this part again. Let me do it again. Let me sketch it. So as I was saying, that one of the points at which the graph is intersecting is this. So this is negative 0.25. Alright, and the other point at which it's intersecting, it's 3.2. So the answer is going to be, the answer for x is going to be negative 0.25 and 3.2. Alright guys. Now moving on to the next part, says that the x coordinates in part D3 are solutions of the equation where a, b and c are integers. Use the equation 4y is equal to 2x plus 1 and this equation to find the exact value of a, b and c. So look, in order to do this question, we'll do some comparison, and the comparison is this: 4y is equal to 2x plus 1, y is equal to 2x upon 4 plus 1 upon 4. Y is equal to 2 divided by 2 divided by 4 is x upon 2 plus 1 upon 4. Okay. Now we know that the value of y is 2 raised to power x upon 5. So 2 raised to power x upon 5 is equals to x upon 2 plus 1 upon 4. So the LCM is going to be 4. So this becomes 2x plus 1 upon 4. Now we will cross multiply. Alright guys. So this becomes, let me write it over here, 4 multiplied by 2 is 8 raised to power x is equal to 5 bracket 2x plus 1. So 8 raised to power x is equals to 10x plus 5. So instead of writing 8x, I can also write it as 4 multiplied by 2 raised to power x is equals to 10x plus 5. Now I'll show you the reason why I did it like that. 4 dot 2x minus 10x minus 5 is equals to 0. The reason why I did it like this is because the equation was like this. Look, let me go up. So it was saying a multiplied by 2x plus bx plus c is equals to 0. So I will write 4 multiplied by 2 raised to power x minus 10x minus 5 is equals to 0. So the value of a is 4. The value of b is minus 10. And the value of c is minus 5. How did I get it? I got all the values from here. Now, question number 5, it says, write down the value of the smallest population. So guys, just close your eyes and whichever one has the lowest value, like this is 10 raised to power 7 and multiply by 10 raised to power 4. But sorry, this is only asking about population. So look, whenever you have less of this raised to power number, of course it's the smallest. And then if you look at Sri Lanka and South Korea, one of them is 2.18, the other is 5.17. So of course 2.18 is smaller. So the answer is 2.18 multiplied by 10 raised to power 7. Next question is, find the difference in area between Sri Lanka and Pakistan. So basically the question is saying between Sri Lanka and Pakistan. So the population of Pakistan is is it population or area? It's area. 8.82 multiplied by 10 raised to power 5 subtracted from 6.56 multiplied by 10 raised to power 4. Alright, now make these same. If you want to make the significant figure same, if you want to add 1 to the power of here, you have to go one space back. So this becomes 8.82 multiplied by 10 raised to power 5 subtracted from 0.656 multiplied by 10 raised to power 5. Now look, we have the same powers. We'll just subtract the numbers now. 8.82 subtracted from 0.656, it becomes 8.186. Sorry, 8.164 multiplied by 10 raised to power 5. And this is your answer. Now the next question is that the population density of a country is the number of people per square kilometer. Find the value of the largest density from these countries. So look, first of all, you need to write this formula. Population density means number of people divided by area. Alright, which means the number of people per square kilometer. So if you look at the question, we'll start with Sri Lanka. So for Sri Lanka, population density for Sri Lanka, Siri, it's 2.18 multiplied by 10 raised to power 7 divided by 6.56 multiplied by 10 raised to power 4. Then we'll do it for, let's do it for South Korea. So for South Korea, it's going to be, what's the population? 5.17 multiplied by 10 raised to power 7. 5.17 multiplied by 10 raised to power 7 upon, what's the, it's 1 multiplied by what's this value? 10 raised to power 5. Okay, now we got it for South Korea. Then we have for Pakistan, let's write Pak, which is 2.17 multiplied by 10 raised to power 8 upon 8.82 multiplied by 10 raised to power 5. Okay, now which other country do we have? We have these three countries only. So now let's solve these questions. So I'll just take out my calculator. Let's solve it for Sri Lanka first. So 2.18 multiplied by 10 raised to power 7 upon 6.56 multiplied by 10 raised to power, let me see, power 4. So I get it like this. Let me change it into standard form. Wait a minute. Shift. Okay, so it's 332. So instead of writing 332, I will write 3.32 multiplied by 10 raised to power 2. Okay, then I'll do it for Sri Lanka. 5.17 multiplied by 10 raised to power 7 upon 1 multiplied by 10 raised to power 5. It's 517, so I will write 5.17 multiplied by 10 raised to power 2. And then for this one I'll write 2.17 multiplied by 10 raised to power 8 upon 8.82 multiplied by 10 raised to power 5. So it's 246. I will write 2.46. Let me see if I have made any mistake. No. So 246. So I will write 2.46. Have I made any mistake in this question? No. 2.46 multiplied by 10 raised to power 2. So if you look at it, it's South Korea. 5.17 multiplied by 10 raised to power 2. Alright, so that's the largest population density. Now in the next question it says, in standard form, you have been given the value of A and the value of B. Giving your answer in standard form, find in terms of N, A minus B. So for this question, the value of A is given. We will write 8.6 multiplied by 10 raised to power N. Alright, subtract it from B, which is 1.5 multiplied by 10 raised to power N minus 1. So this becomes 8.6 multiplied by 10 raised to power N. Subtract it. 1.5, I will break this into two parts. One of them is multiplied by 10 raised to power N. The other is 10 raised to power negative 1. So this actually becomes 8.6 multiplied by 10 raised to power N. Subtract it from, look, 1.5 multiplied by 10 raised to power negative 1 is actually 0.15 multiplied by 10 raised to power N again. Alright, so 10 raised to power N, 10 raised to power N will be common. I will do 8.6 negative 0.15 multiplied by 10 raised to power N. So this will actually become 8.45 multiplied by 10 raised to power N. So this is going to be your answer. Let's move on to the next question. Now we have to multiply A with B. So let's do that. So this becomes 8.6 multiplied by 10 raised to power N multiplied by 1.5 multiplied by 10 N minus 1. So now it's multiplied. So 8.6 multiplied by 10 raised to power N multiply by, look, what did I get? 0.15, remember from the previous step. So 0.15 multiplied by 10 raised to power N. Now what will I do? 8.6 multiplied by 0.15, and this becomes common. 10 raised to power n multiplied by 10 raised to power n, and because we are multiplying, the powers will be added, guys. Do remember that. Don't make this mistake. So 8.6 multiplied by 0.15, it becomes 1.29. So it becomes 1.29 multiplied by 10 raised to power 2n. 1.29 multiplied by 10 raised to power 2n. This is going to be your answer. Next question says Sophia takes part in trio challenge. She walks, then cycles, then swims. Write these distances in its simplest ratio. The best way to do it is to convert all of them into meters. So 6.3 kilometers is 6,300 meters. So I will do 6,300 is to cycle is 3,000, swim is 1,800. 0 cancelled out, 0 cancelled out, 0 cancelled out. So it becomes 63 is to 30 is to 18. So if I divide all of these numbers by 3, 63 divided by 3 is 21, 30 divided by 3 is 10, and 18 divided by 3 is 6. These cannot be simplified any further, so 21 is to 10 is to 6. Next question, Sophia walks at an average speed of 1.4 meters per second. She completes the walk at 11:05. Find the time she starts walking. So guys, first of all, write down the formula. Speed is equals to distance upon time. Okay. And since it says time, find the time she starts walking. So I can rearrange this formula. Time is equals to distance upon speed. I will use this formula. Time is equals to distance upon speed. So time is equals to distance is how much? She walks at an average speed, or she walks 6,300 meters. Okay. And her speed is 1.4 meters per second. Meters cancelled out. So when I do 6,300 divided by 1.4, it gives me 45. So it takes her 4,500 seconds. Now I will convert 4,500 seconds into minutes. So I will do 4,500 divided by 60. Okay. So time is equals to 75 minutes. Alright. 75 minutes actually means 1 hour and 15 minutes. So what I will do, 11:05, I will subtract it from 1 hour 15 minutes. Why am I doing that? Because she completes her walk at 11:05. It took her 75 minutes. When did she start walking? So this 11 becomes 10 and this becomes 65 because 1 hour has 65 minutes. Okay. So 65 minus 15, that will give you 50. Yeah. 10 minus 1, that's 9. So basically she has started at 9:50. Next question, it says Sophia cycles a distance of 300 meters to the nearest 10 meters. She cycles in a time of 450 seconds correct to the nearest 10 seconds. Calculate the upper bound of her average cycling speed in meters per second. So first of all, when it says 10 meters, you're going to do 10 divided with 2. Whenever we have upper bound, lower bound questions, we divide it with 2. This becomes 5. And 10 seconds, we will do 10 divided by 2 again. It becomes 5. Now, let's talk about distance. The upper bound for distance. The upper bound for distance will actually be 3,000 plus 5. 3,000 plus 5, so it's going to be 3,005, and the lower bound for distance would be 3,000 minus 5, which would mean 2,995. Now let's talk about time. So time is actually going to be, let's take out the upper bound and lower bound. So The upper bound for time would be 450 plus 5, which is 455, and the lower bound is going to be 450 minus 5, which is going to be 445. Alright, now it says calculate the upper bound for her average cycling speed. Speed is equals to distance upon time. It says upper bound for her average cycling speed. So look, your speed would be the highest when the distance is long and the time you took to complete the journey is short, which means upper bound of speed would mean upper bound of distance, highest value of distance divided by lower bound of time, lowest value of time. So it's going to become 3005 divided by 445. Alright, so 3005 divided by 445, it's going to be this 6.75. So you can write your answer as 6.75. Alright, next question number 7. It says on Monday the amount of money spent on the website by each customer was recorded. The histogram shows the result. Then the question says find the value of P. So first of all, you guys have to understand that this value is class width and this value is frequency. Frequency density actually means frequency divided by class width. Alright, this is not the class width, sorry. We have to calculate the class width. So it's 30 minus 0, it's 30. Then the class width is 40 minus 30, it's 10. 50 minus 40, it's 10. 60 minus 50, it's 10. 90 minus 60, it's 30. Alright, that's how you guys get class width. So look for P, if this value, the frequency density is already given. Frequency density is 0.5. We can look from the histogram. So look, frequency density is equals to what's the value formula for frequency density? Frequency divided by class width. Frequency divided by class width. Now look, frequency density is 0.5. Frequency, we do not know the value of frequency is actually P. Okay, so we just write P. Upon class width is how much? Class width is 30. Okay, so just write 30. So P is equals to 0.5 multiplied by 30. P is equals to 15. So that's how you guys will get the value of P. Now we have to make the histogram diagram. So look, frequency density is frequency divided by class width. So this would actually be frequency is 18. 18 divided by 10 is 1.8. This is 24 divided by 10 is 2.4. 19 divided by 10 is 1.9. And 24 divided by 30, you will get a value of 0.8. This is frequency density. So from 40 to 50, the value is how much? 2.4. 2.4 is over here, 2.4 from all the way till 50. Okay. From 50 to 60 is 1.9. So 50 to 60, 1.9. And from 60 to 90 is 0.8. 60 to 90 it's 0.8, like this. So my histogram, of course, I didn't use a scale, so it's a bit bad, but you guys can use it. Okay. Next question says one of these customers selected at random to receive a discount. Calculate that the probability that this customer spent more than $50 on Monday. So look, more than 50 means 19 plus 24. Alright, there are how many customers? 19 plus 24, which gives you an answer of 43. Okay. And the next question is how many customers are there in total? In order to find the total customers, you have to add the value of P was actually 15. So you will add 15 plus 18 plus 24 plus 19 plus 24 again. So you will get 100. Let me do it again. 15 plus 18 plus 24 plus 19 plus 24, 100. So the answer is going to be 43. Upon 100 you will get probability. Next question says the table shows the amount of money spent on a website by each customer on Tuesday. Alright, calculate and estimate mean. So look, so first in order to calculate mean, you need to first find the middle value. It will be 30 plus 0 divided by 2. So this is 15. Then 30 plus 40 divided by 2, which is 70 divided by 2 is 35. 40 plus 50, 90. 90 divided by 2, 45. 50 plus 60, that's 110 divided by 2, 55. And 60 plus 90, that's 150 divided by 2 is 75. Now you will multiply these numbers with frequency. Okay, you will multiply these numbers with frequency, so that will give you fx. So 15 multiplied by 22 is 330. 35 multiplied by 16 is 560. 45 multiplied by 24 is 1080. 55 multiplied by 19 is basically how much? It's 1045. And 75 multiplied by 14 is 1050. You will now add all of these numbers. Alright, why? Because the formula for mean is sigma fx upon sigma f. So when we add all of these numbers, we get 4065, and we divide it with frequency. So 22 plus 16 plus 24 plus 19 plus 14. Let's add them. 22 plus 16 plus 24 plus 19 plus 14, we get 95 divided with 95. So 40 divided by 95, you will get 42.789. 42.789, it becomes 42.8. So that's your mean. Alright. Now it says an error was made and one of the sales on Tuesday was not included in the table. The customer spent 41. Tristan says that if that value had been included in the table, then the estimated mean would have been higher. Now without calculation, explain why is he correct. So look, the reason is because $41, if you look at the question, $41 is basically in the interval from 40 to 50. Okay, so it's in this interval. So $41 is in the interval, which interval? From 40 to 50. And the mid interval, what's the mid interval? The mid interval is 45. Alright, to estimate what? To estimate the mean. Which is higher? Which is 45, which is higher than the calculated estimated mean. Alright, this value is higher than the calculated estimated mean, which is 42.8. Okay, now next question, it says the length of the rectangle R is twice its width. The rectangle has a perimeter of 20.4. Find the length and width of the rectangle. So look, I can say this is x, so this means this is 2x. If this side is x, this side is also x, and this side is 2x. So if I add all of them, x plus 2x, I would get 20.4. Alright, so this becomes 4x, 5x, 6x is equals to 20.4. So now I will do x is equals to 20.4 I will divide it with 6. So 20.4, when I divide it with 6, I got 3.4. So x is equals to 3.4. So the question says that the length of the rectangle is twice its width. So width is 3.4, length is going to be 2 multiplied by 3.4, which is 6.8. Moving on to the next question, says rectangle S is mathematically similar to rectangle R. Rectangle S has a perimeter of 30.6. Calculate the length of the rectangle. The best way to do this question is like this. You will write perimeter R, okay, because rectangle R, upon perimeter S is equals to length R upon length S. Perimeter R is basically how much? 20.4. So you will write 20.4 upon perimeter S is how much? 30.6 is equals to length of rectangle R is 6.8. We calculated it. And length of S we don't know, so we will just write X. Cross multiply this. So 20.4x is equals to 6.8 multiplied by 30.6. So X is equals to 6.8 multiplied by 30.6 upon 20.4. Let's calculate it. 6.8 multiplied by 30.6 divided with 20.4. So you guys will get 10.2 as your answer. Next question says that a piece of card is a sector of a circle with sector angle 75 degrees and radius 8. Find an expression in terms of pi for the arc length of the sector. First of all, this is the radius, this is the angle x. Okay, they have given you the angle, they have given the radius, and they want you to find the arc length. Formula for arc length is equals to theta upon 360 multiplied by 2 pi r. Remember this. Theta is 75, so you will do 75 upon 360 multiplied by 2 multiplied by pi multiplied by r, which is 8. Alright, so, and it says find an expression in terms of pi. So you will do 75 upon 360 multiplied by 2 multiplied by pi multiplied by 8. So it's 10 upon 3 pi. So you can write 10 upon 3 pi, 10 pi upon 3 as well. 10 pi upon 3. So you just have to use the formula. Next question, they have given you the volume. It says that the piece of cards form the curved surface area of cone. So this piece of cards form the curved surface area of the cone. The cone is filled to the top with water. Calculate the volume of cone. So what you guys need to understand that this was a card. When we folded the card, it became into this cone. So the arc length, when we folded it, it became the circumference of the cone. So this means that arc length of the cards are equal to the circumference of the what? Of the cone. Just like I'll explain to you guys again, this is the card. When we folded the card, the 2 points joined. So this is how it was formed. So arc length was already 10 upon 3 pi. And circumference of cone. So not cone, basically circumference of circle, I should say. Alright, circle. So the circumference of circle is 2 pi r. Alright. So pi gets cancelled out. And it will become 10 upon 3 is equals to 2r. Which becomes 10 is equals to 6r. R is equals to 10 divided by 6. R is equals to 5 upon 3. Alright. So this is the radius. Now if we go back to the question. Look, we found the radius but we don't have the height. So if you look at the question, if I make it like this, it turns out to be a right angle triangle like this. So the radius is 5 upon 6. Wait a minute, wait, 5 upon 3, sorry. This is 3. So the radius is 5 upon 3. The slant height is 8. We need to find the normal height. So we'll use Pythagoras theorem, which is 8 square is equals to 8 square plus 5 upon 3 whole square. Okay, so 8 square is equals to 8 square minus 5 upon 3 whole square, and then we will under root both the sides as well. So h is equals to 8 square minus 5 upon 3 whole square. So it turns out to be 7.82. Now since we have all the things we needed, 1 upon 3 multiplied by pi multiplied by r square, which is 5 upon 3 square, multiplied by height, which is 7.82. Let's solve it. 1 upon 3 multiplied by pi multiplied by 5 upon 3 whole square multiplied by 7.82. So it's 22.74. So I can write my final answer is 22.7. So these were easy 5 marks, free 5 marks. Now we have the next question. It's question 9. It says A, B, C are points on a horizontal ground. The bearing of B from A is given. The bearing of C from A is given. AB is this much, and calculate BC. So guys, when the question said that the bearing of B from A is 72, it basically means it's B from A, this part is 72 degrees. Okay, and when it says that the bearing of C from A is 205, this whole thing is actually 205. Alright, so let me use the color red. If I only wanted to find this part, let me make it better for you guys so that you understand it even better. So basically this thing is 72, and from this thing to all of this thing is 205. So if I only want to find this part, it's going to be 205 minus 72, which is 133. So let me make this diagram over here. A, C, B, 95, 170, and this becomes 133. Question is saying calculate BC, the length. So if you know sine law, cosine law, you guys will use cosine law over here, which is BC whole square is equals to A square. Let me use this. Basically, I'll just write the sine law for you guys first. Sine law is C square is equals to A square plus B square minus 2AB cos C. So this C square basically becomes BC square is equals to 170 square, this length, plus 95 square minus 2 multiplied by 170 multiplied by 95 cos 133. Okay, so now let me solve it. BC will actually become, if I plug it into the calculator, BC is equals to 244.8. Whatever answer you get, under root the whole answer. I'll show it to you guys as well just to clear your confusion. 170 square, okay, this is square, plus 95 square minus 2 multiplied by 170 multiplied by 95 multiplied by cos 133. You get this, under root your answer, you get 244.8. So 244.8 actually means 245. Now the next question is saying find the bearing of A from C. So basically bearing of A from C, they're asking you to find this part. Alright, so how do we find this part now? In order to find this part, so look, the best way to do it, let me make some straight, always make sure you guys make these straight lines. This is absolutely important. Let me use another thing to make straight lines so that you guys understand it even better. So this is one straight, no, not like this. This is one straight line, this part, and this is the other straight line. Okay. So I need to actually find this thing. How will I find it now? So look, this whole angle from here all the way till here is 205. Alright, let me use another color to explain what I'm trying to say. This whole thing from here all the way till here is 205. But this angle, let me use pink. This angle is 180. So if I do 205 minus 180, I will find this remaining angle, which is 25. If this angle is 25, this angle will also be 25 because these are alternate angles. Okay, so the bearing is 25. You guys can show your working like that. Moving on to the next question, it says that the point D lies on the horizontal ground due south of A, due east of C. Show that AD is 86.1. Okay, so look, we had already calculated this angle is 25. How? If you go up here from this graph, look, this part was 25, which I just showed. This part is 25. Then we have 95, and this is a right angle triangle. This is hypotenuse, opposite, adjacent. Okay, hypotenuse, opposite, we need to find AD, we need to show AD, which is adjacent. We already have hypotenuse, so this comes cos adjacent upon hypotenuse. So cos 25 is equal to adjacent, which is AD, upon hypotenuse, which is 95. AD is equals to cos 25 multiplied by 95. Okay, so cos 25 multiplied by 95, which is 86.09, which means 86.1. So I have shown you guys. Okay, now the question says a point X is at the top of the vertical mast at A. The angle of elevation of X from B is 7. Calculate the angle of elevation of X from D. So before we even continue, you guys need to understand what this question means. It says a point X at top of vertical mast A. So the point X is over here somewhere because it is top of A. Then it says the angle of elevation of X from B is 7. So from B, from this point, it's actually, if I make it, let me change the color. If I make the line from here to here like this, okay, this point is actually 7. Let me just use a bigger, this is 7 degrees. Okay, so now we need to draw this diagram, what it means. So I'm going to draw it down over there and try to explain you what the question is trying to say. So look, what I'll do now, where we are on this question. Calculate the angle of X from D. So the question has shown you this diagram. Let me make it X, A and D. This is 7 degrees. This is 170. And then we continue down here. Okay, like this. So if you look at it, what are the values we have over here? We continue to C, okay, and X. All right, so now the question is basically asking you calculate the angle of X from D. If you look at the question, they're asking you to find from D. So what will you do now? This is the point D actually. Okay, use your graph to first find AX because we already know the value of AD. AD is 86.1. So we already know AD, it's 86.1. Use your graph to find AX. So this is opposite, this is hypotenuse, this is adjacent. So we will use tan. So we will say tan 7 is equals to our opposite, which is AX, upon adjacent, which is 170. Ax is equals to tan 7 multiplied by 170. Ax is equals to 20.9. So now you guys have this diagram ready. X, A, D. Alright, AD 86.1. Okay, and we had the value of A, which is 20.9. So the diagram is such, this was making an angle of 90 degree. I couldn't make the diagram like that. So you will say tan D, because we are finding this angle, is equal to opposite, which is 20.9, to upon adjacent, which is 86.1. So D is equals to tan inverse the whole thing, 20.9 upon 86.1. So your answer is going to be 13.6 degrees. Now we'll move on to our final question, inshallah. How many parts are there? Okay, so let's start with this question. It says f is the point 6, 1, g is the point negative 2, 4, and gh is negative 1 and negative 8. Calculate fh. So first of all, guys, you need to understand that gh is equals to oh minus og. So oh is equals to, we brought oh back here. We shifted og over there, so it becomes gh plus og. So oh is equals to negative 1, negative 8, plus what's og? Negative 2 and 4. So when we do it, we can also do it like this: negative 1, negative 8, plus negative 2 and 4. So negative 1, negative 2, it's negative 3. Negative 8 plus 4 is negative 4. Now we will find fh, which is oh minus of. We did find oh, right? So we can use the value. That's the reason we found oh. So it becomes negative 3, negative 4, negative 6, 6, negative 1, positive 1. Okay. So again, this becomes, write it down like this: negative 3, negative 4, negative 6, 1. So it becomes negative 9 upon negative 5. Now in order to find fh, you will do this: negative 9 square plus negative 5 square. So it becomes 9 multiplied by 9, 81, plus 25. So 81 plus 25, that's under root 106. So if you do under root 106, you will get 10.29, which is 10.3. Okay. Next question says write ox in terms of AB. But before that, read this: that x is the point on OC such that OX is M of OC. Okay. So before we continue, it says OA is A, OB is B, and AC is KB. Okay. Now look, if we find OC is OA, OC, like this point, we will go from OA. We start from the back side of the arrow. We go from OA, and then we go from A to C. So it's OA plus AC, which turns out to be OA is A plus AC is KB. Alright. And we are finding OX. So OX is M times OC. So this becomes OX is equals to M multiplied by OC is this, A plus KB. So the answer is M, A plus KB. Moving on to our next question, it says Bx is equals to 3 upon 5a minus 1 upon 2b. Find the value of k. So look, Bx, I'll show it on the graph as well. Bx, if you want to go from B to X, it's actually, what is it? It's actually OB plus OX. Bx, if you want to go from B to X, it's OB plus Bx. So Bx is equals to you can say BO, sorry, BO plus OX. BO, basically B, you go from B to O, and then from O to you go X. So it's BO plus OX. So BX we already know the value. So instead of BX I will write 3 upon 5A minus 1 upon 2B is equals to BO. BO is, we are going in the negative side, opposite side of OB. So it's negative B is equals to negative P plus OX. We already know the value of OX. It's M bracket A plus KB. Okay. So this becomes 3 upon 5A minus 1 upon 2B is equals to MA, because I have expanded it, plus M multiplied by KB is MKB. Alright. And let me do the whole thing for you so that you guys don't get confused in the middle of the way. So it's negative B plus MA plus MKB. Okay, so this becomes 3 upon 5A negative 1 upon 2B is equals to MA negative B plus MKB. Okay, continuing it, 3 upon 5A negative 1 upon 2B is equals to MA. Now I will take B as common. So I'll take, I'll take positive B as common. Okay, if I take positive B as common, it remains negative 1. Instead of B I will write negative 1 plus Km, MKKM. Alright, so now I guess you guys understood it. So look, these two values and these two values are equal. So MA is actually equals to 3 upon 5A. A cancels, M is equals to 3 upon 5. M is equals to 3 upon 5. Secondly, we have negative 1 upon 2B. That's equal to B bracket negative 1 plus Km. B cancel. Okay. So this turns out to be negative 1 upon 2 is equals to negative 1 plus Km. Alright. And we already know the value of M. It's 3 upon 5. So it's negative 1 upon 2 is equals to negative 1 plus 3 upon 5K. Okay. So now we need to find the value of K. So we will do 3 upon 5K is equals to negative 1 upon 2 plus 1. And K is equals to negative 1 upon 2 plus 1 divided by 3 upon 5, because I shifted 3 upon 5 over there. So if you put it in the calculator, negative 1 divided by 2, plus 1 upon 3 divided by 5, it's 5 upon 6. So the value of K is 5 upon 6. Alhamdulillah, we have finished the paper. Guys, if you were able to understand, if you guys were able to understand, please do like, subscribe, share my channel. It means a lot to me. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, you can always ask me in the comments below. Bye bye. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.